As a kind of emotion, there are various phenomena of feeling shame in life. People may want to find a hole to hide themselves when a small part of their presentation was doubted by the evaluators, or feel ashamed when they talk and then are corrected by someone who is more knowledgeable in that field. In those cases, where do such emotions come from? The definition of shame states that a negative emotion arising from the belief that others, real or imagined, have judged that you have negative whole self-properly that you believe you have. If a person feels that he's not doing well in the first place, the accusations of others will make him shamed. Since shame is a negative emotion, it can be used as a punishment to spur others on. For instance, preparing well for a speech because of the fear of negative comments, or reading more books and learning more because you feel you are not knowledgeable enough. These two behaviors are one of the natural responses to shame, which is conformity. It's to change one's behavior to avoid the feeling of shame. In general, shame can make people better, only if it's in a proper situation. There are still many events to think about. For example, when it comes to the education for children, whether using making kids feel shame as a punishment to discipline them is a good method. A Takuma girl called Izzy sent some pictures and flirted with her boyfriend, was then threatened by her parents that they would cut off her hair if she continued. Izzy defied her parents, so on May 27th, her father cut her hair to her shoulders and only left one long strand, which was pretty weak. Izzy's father also panned the camera from her daughter's disappointed face to the heap of hair on the floor, asking her the consequence of getting messed up. Man, you lost all that beautiful hair. Was it worth it? Then he posted it online, and the video was passed from phone to phone so everyone knew it. Those school staff members and counselors were dispatched to aid Izzy. Her psychological trauma could now be cured. The poor girl subsequently wrote A notes on her Apple to family and friends, passed the device to a friend, headed to a bridge over the highway, and jumped. She died in the hospital the next day, consumed by shame. The girl takes her own life. To avoid the feeling of shame, in other words, the feeling of negative emotion, it could be a motivation in a way. However, it is not an appropriate way to criticize children. Shaming may make children feel bad about themselves when the people you love the most and whose opinion matters the most say something bad about you. It can be more than hurtful. It can affect your self-esteem in ways that can become ingrained and permanent. Take the sad story of Izzy as an example. It could not be normal anymore for a girl to show her attractiveness to her boyfriend. Parents have no right to restrict their daughter's normal psychology during adolescence. Also, it makes sense that parents wanted to assure the safety of their daughter. They distracted the boy. They did not want any evidence left to him, making it as a weapon to hurt their girl. Nevertheless, the point is, you used the wrong way to protect their girl. They should not shame the girl by uglifying the appearance and even posted the humiliating video online, which makes it to a large-scale public shaming. Izzy's family members, who should be the most intimate people for her, became her evilest enemy. Izzy's parents forced her to believe that she was a silly girl who was willing to suffer so much just for a man. Furthermore, Izzy's emotion was extremely depressed that time, but her father continued to shame her and say bad words to her. As the spread of the video, there must be more and more people judging her based on what her parents said. All people around her would laugh at her, and strangers may know her through the hideous video, even say something to her when they meet. Izzy would receive the comments from others strengthening that Izzy is a bad girl again and again, making the girl cannot take it anymore. It's all her parents who are responsible for what happened repeatedly, who should be the most intimate. At the end, Izzy decided to hide from the malevolence of the world and die. It is cruel to criticize children through shaming them in the public space. There must be other ways to change their behavior. Above all, as an emotion, shame is not as special, but if someone tries to use it as a tool to control or hurt others, it could be effective and traumatic. The level of shaming higher, the response made more violently.